Hi, Jim Gordon back with another episode of Pass on the Recipes. We are back here at the Hamilton High Street Senior Residence, and my dear friend is joining me. It's always great when you can have a friend join you on the show. Shayne May has been part of the culinary landscape here on the Lower Mainland for well over 30 years. Started with the family restaurants, that's where I first met you, Rosini's, who cooked some great food over the decades, and also housed some spectacular entertainment, live entertainment.
Lots of it.
Lots of it. Of course, Shayne has worked and has overseen a number of places over the last few years, which we'll ask you about in a few seconds. But you are joining us here today to cook something that I've known you for 25 years. You have always done this in your restaurants. Tell our viewers out there and some of our audience members what you are going to prepare for us today.
Well, we're going to cook the Luxardo Black Sambuca Prawns. It was more of a kind of a mistake in the kitchen in a sense.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the rep dropped me off a bottle and I was in the kitchen and I kind of remember the good old days of Pernod and prawns, which is fantastic too.
That right there, by the way, folks.
And so I just kind of put some garlic butter in a pan, put in some black Sambuca. The thing I love most about it is the flambé.
Yeah.
Brought it out to a regular customer at Rossini's, and the rest is history.
Okay, I'm going to let you kind of take over. What are we going to start with first?
So what we're going to start with first is we start with a little garlic butter. Got to turn the heat on. Yeah, you know, I like it a little bit high so it can cook nicely. Mm-hmm. You're looking at about, on an order of 6 prawns, you're looking at about two tablespoons of garlic butter.
Okay.
And also what you can do is do it to taste.
Right.
Some people might want more, some people might want less.
Right.
You know, it's hard to say. So you get the butter nice and melted, and then you once you have that going on, you grab your prawns.
Which you, of course, have had in the fridge for the last little while.
We keep in the fridge.
Right.
It's good to keep them cold.
And I know with you like to, of course, source local.
We source local as best as we can.
Yeah.
You know, we love supporting the community as much as we can with the projects that we have. We also have another one with the Golden Parrots.
Yeah, which you've been overseeing. And all modesty aside, what you have done with that place in the few years you have been there, this is really, again, another great place, I'd say a little more casual than Nello, but also some spectacular live music.
Some great live music we've done there, you know, and matching that with different foods is wonderful. We have an amazing lamb chop deal. So it's like lamb pops, like an appetizer. And it's, you know, some of the best lamb I've ever tasted.
Yeah.
And we sell a lot of it. We have pizza there, and it's fantastic. So, you know, I've been very blessed to be able to work with that group, the Wong family, on 2 of their operations.
Yeah.
And more importantly for me too, as well, is I get to work with my daughter.
She's the smart one of the family. She's clearly carrying Shayne. So.
Yeah, she is. She is fantastic.
And one of the things you've always done with the restaurants you work at, and again, I filmed at most of them, is that you really demand that you have to have consistency with the food. I come into one of your restaurants, I don't want to taste a different, say, chicken parmigiana that was a little different than what I had, like, say, a month ago.
Yeah, it has to be consistent, and that's the great thing when you have really great people in the kitchen, and you know, again with Tracy and her team, and with Adam, Chef Adam and his team.
Also, when I was at Nello in Coquitlam, it really struck me like this is a place that Sinatra would hang out at. It has that kind of Rat Pack feel about it. You're playing that music anyway, so if you like Frank and Dean, everybody like that, you're playing, but it just has that early 60s feel to it.
Oh, it totally does, and you know, I have to, you know, give, you know, kudos to Ed and Tamara Wong on that. Yeah. They pretty much designed the room. It's got the red velvet booths.
Yeah.
No, they did design it. They did an amazing job. It's cozy, it's comfortable, it looks like a bit of a high-end room, but we're so chill, we're so casual, and what have you. So it's fantastic out there too.
Now back to the food. We were talking about
the food.
So how long ideally are you cooking these
So
prawns?
you get it to this level here, and then once they turn red, I throw in the black Sambuca.
Okay, so you've been about 10. We've been talking about 6-7 minutes. Is that long enough?
Yeah, usually, like a lot of times I work on gas. You know, and our chefs work on gas, so it's a lot quicker. So this here was a little bit longer. So what I also suggest is when you're making these, if it's on a gas stove, when you pour it, take it off.
Oh, good idea.
You know, and what have you. So I put the prawns, about an ounce and a half of Luxardo Black Sambuca, and then take it off, and then this is the best
This is
part.
where I'm going to step out of frame.
Step out of the way, and then it flames up. And what that does is for young kids, it burns off all the alcohol. So there's no alcohol, it burns it all off.
Interesting, okay.
And it just gives it a beautiful licoricey flavor. And then it's so good. I mean, a lot of times people are kind of like, okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, yeah.
So my whole thing with them is I guarantee you're gonna love them. If you don't love them, I'll buy them. So I go back to the table when it's all clear. Everybody, there's
They're always
nothing
gone,
left,
right? Yeah, yeah.
And everybody says, "Oh, we hated them. Oh, could we get another order?" So I'm really proud of the dish. Adam and his crew do it amazing. And then we just plate it, and what we've got here is a little bit of just a little bit of arugula with a little bit of a lemon citrus in there that Adam,
nicely,
Adam and his team created.
Yeah.
And then we just placed them on the plate nicely.
And that's a quick meal. That took us 10 minutes.
It's
it took
really,
you. I didn't do anything, but
it's really, really quick. It's an easy dish. I literally, when we were at Rossini's, I used to get emails from all over the world.
Right.
And I love sharing my recipes.
That's
and it's a lot of fun. And then as Adam calls this, liquid gold. We make sure
can't waste anything.
Yeah,
of
Chef
course.
Adam calls this liquid gold, and then we pour it over. We do a little bit of a cleanup here.
Of course, yes.
Because I think that's the one thing Adam said. He goes, make sure you put them on really nicely.
And also presentation. You do kind of eat with your eyes as well as your mouth, so to speak. So the presentation has to be there as well.
It does, and I give credit to our chefs that create that presentation. Yeah. I can do okay, but what I've learned from these chefs at 22, I'm learning so much from him. I learned so much from Tracy.
I told you to sign him to a long-term
contract. Oh my God, yeah.
So there's a great, quick, delightful meal that you created really by accident.
Yes, and then you know what? You got to make sure you have a little bit of French bread.
Right.
Because that will soak up the extra juice on there.
He's Shayne May, one of my dear friends, and thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
And sharing your recipes on this edition of Pass On the Recipes. I'm Jim Gordon. We'll see you next time.